وينه؟ I just want to say that according to the constitutional requirement, and given the fact that the medical reports sent to the Prime Minister by His Majesty's physicians indicate that His Majesty, in his current medical condition, is unable to carry out his normal duties, and going by the Constitution, the Cabinet has appointed His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdullah bin Al-Hussein as Regent, and His Royal Highness swore the constitutional oath before the Cabinet. But as I said, as I tried to explain, the decree appointing His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdullah as Regent in His Majesty's absence expires upon His Majesty's physical return to the country, and therefore the constitutional vacuum has to be filled, if you see what I mean. And particularly when doctors report say that His Majesty is not in a position to carry out his daily responsibilities. The question was regarding rumors and newswire stories about life support machines and pulling plugs, and I said very clearly, as we all spoke yesterday, that we all know that His Majesty has set a precedent worldwide in terms of his transparency in talking about everything, not least of all when it comes to his own health, as we have seen all too clearly in the last 6 months, where he put his people in the picture continuously and regularly and periodically about the developments of the treatment, about the nature of the ailment, and we never had to speculate because His Majesty was the primary source of information about his own health. Now, having said all that, I urge you all, please, to wait for official statements regarding any developments if they happen, because when there are developments, you will all be told officially. The situation is delicate and difficult, and as I said yesterday to many of you, friends and colleagues here, that His Majesty the King is in our hearts, in our prayers, in our thoughts, and I think we have to respect that, and we have to keep family matters private. And I hope that Dr. Gusous, the head of the Royal Medical Services, will try to shed some more light on any medical details that you require.
Can you deny all the privileges and rights and duties of His Majesty the King? That is, does he have the right to appoint a new Prime Minister?
This is a hypothetical, sir. His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdullah is the regent as of today, as he was in His Majesty's absence. The same situation. But as I said, as I tried to explain, the decree appointing His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdullah as Regent in His Majesty's absence expires upon His Majesty's physical return to the country, and therefore the constitutional vacuum has to be filled, if you see what I mean. And particularly when doctors report say that His Majesty is not in a position to carry out his daily responsibilities. سؤال أخير لو سمحتوا.
What are the scheduled activities of Prince Abdullah? مع الوزير أمر سمو الشيخ زايد بتحويل البنك المركزي الإماراتي بتحويل.
The situation is fine. There is no need to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a country of solid institutions. This is a country of continuity. We have no problems in that regard. I think the only difficult situation that we're all facing today is that Jordanians everywhere are standing united in their prayers for His Majesty. This is a difficult time for us on that front. As far as everything else is concerned, I've said His Majesty the King has built a solid country of institutions, parliamentary democracy, and therefore all these speculations about the future and Jordan and the ability of Jordan to survive are speculations and rumors. I think the track record of Jordan is more than enough to prove to people that this country is not only viable, but it's a country that works. It's a country that abides by its constitution, its laws, and its institutions.
Mr. Nasser, is the family moving His Majesty from the hospital to the
I will not presume to answer questions relating to the private matters of the Royal Hashemite family. Suffice it to say, and I will say it again one last time, that any information that is out there will be made readily available to you. Short of that, I feel that a lot of you perhaps resort to academic guessing.
In the event of the King's death and the succession to the throne,
Sorry?
Mr. Abdullah is going to speak to Parliament in these days?
To speak to Parliament?
Yes.
Not as far as I know.